So it's October the 2003, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to ask you some questions about
Sure. What I can remember.
About great-grandfather. Yeah, Jun Singh.
Yeah. See, I only met him when, well, I remember him when we went back in 1930. When I went back after the war in 1947, well, he was already passed away, so I can't tell you much more. When I went back in 47, there was supposed to be some hidden money in the walls, and I was given the exact location, but when we dug, there was nothing there in the walls.
What was the location?
Well, tell you the truth, I can't even remember which direction his room faces.
Okay.
Because I can't, I've forgotten the direction that the whole village faces. So.
What was he like?
Well, see, the whole time I can remember when I was about 6 years old. There's not much I can remember. Yeah. So.
His height, size?
Evidently he was quite a tall man. That's why my uncle, like my father's brother, he was quite tall. Yeah. Because there was that joke about him being deaf, and and they want to call him for supper or for lunch. Somebody would say, "Get a ladder and call him." So I guess he was a little taller than usual. And but other than that, I don't remember much of him. I can't even remember, because Dad never talked about him very much. We don't even know what year he came over. And but I do know this, that when he logged in the Shaughnessy area, because there were some other people that came in his time that was logging there too. And then I think when Dad came over, they both worked at the Hastings Steam Sawmill, and I think it's the one just north of Gore there, because Hastings Steam Sawmill, there was quite a few sawmills, let's put it that way. Right from the Second Hills Bridge right out to where the museum is now. I think there was about 3 or 4 mills that they owned, and it was run by steam, as far as I know. And then after work, they would go in the alleys and pick up bottles and stuff for recycling.
What was his name?
That's one thing.
Did he have any other names?
That I know of, no.
How many years was he in Canada?
Don't know. I don't know that.
Okay. And where did he die?
In China. Dad died in 1946, so he died in 1945. And I believe he was over 90. I think you have to ask Uncle Stan that. He's more in control of that.
Would you know the cause of death?
No, probably old age. It's a good reasonable. Reason. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. What about the living conditions back then?
Yeah, these were pretty crude. They had their own mill. They had their own. I can't remember what they call them. The boa is the mill. That's, you put grain in there and you grind it. And there was the dough for husking the rice, which they step on, and then when you step on it, it brings it up, and then there's a counterweight on it, and then there's a hollow for the rice to be, and then that husses on the whole off the rice. And then they take like all different things. They mill it and dry it and then get the flour out of it. And for water, what they try to do is have the rice field, the water up the highest rice field, and then it flows through one rice field onto another and onto another and onto another. And if they didn't have that, they had those water, I guess you call it a water mover, and which I think you have one at home. Yeah. It's made out of hardwood and paddles, and as you work it by hand, well, it draws the water up on the chute and then raises it to a higher level.
That's for drinking water or for?
No, that's for the rice paddies, eh? For drinking water, it's usually from the well, eh? So I guess the wells there are dug, and then I guess it filters through the soil. And just like everything, you've got to get immune to the water, so.
Okay.
Yeah, but the village has been abandoned quite a few years ago that I can remember. Because the last time we were back there was 1986. That was when my mother and Uncle Stan went back with us. And we met our second aunt, Dai. And then she died that was in May. Then she died in October the same year. I think she was over 90.
Second aunt. Who is the second aunt?
Li.
And how is she related?
Sister. My mother's real sister. Yeah. Because she was sold into the Sam family.
You know why she was sold? Why her and not the sister?
I don't know. No, I don't. I don't know. Yeah.
What was that encounter like?
It was happy. It was a happy meeting. Yeah.
That was Grandma's first time since...
She came from China in 1905 or 06. 06, I believe.
So they hadn't seen each other
No, they hadn't seen each other, yeah.
in all those decades.
Hmm?
Did they write to each other?
No, Mother couldn't write. I don't know if my second aunt wrote or not either.
So they didn't know each other at all.
Not really. Yeah.
Like 90 years.
Just by name only, eh? And relationship only, so. But, it's something you never forget, eh? Yeah.
But
Yeah.
did your mom see that family as her family or the Sam family as her family?
This is something I really can't answer because, she was brought up by the Sam family and did all the work, and I think through working, I think she learned everything she knew. And she was very good at learning everything, so, yeah.
Which one did she think was her real family? The Sam family or the other family?
Actually, when we went back in '86, we met a lot of the relatives on my second aunt's side, and I think Uncle Stan has kept in touch with them. Some of them has gone down to Venezuela. Some of them are in either Canton or in Hong Kong. I really don't know now. So because I can't write Chinese, I sort of lost touch with it.
Do you know if anybody in your family, whether your mother or your father or maybe Uncle Stan, sent money to them? To Dai Yi or, that?
I really don't know. Yeah, I really don't know. So I can't answer that question. I think you'll have to ask Uncle Stan that because he was in China at the time, so what money was sent back there and how it was divided, I have no idea. But I know Mother has been sending money right up to the last.
She was sending money.
Yes, even to the last day.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was true. True.
Okay, I want to ask you a question about your grandmother, Jia Junsing's wife. Would you be old enough to remember anything at all?
Only stories.
What kind of stories?
The only story I know is that she was killed by bandits when they raided the village. That's all I know. I can't tell you anymore.
And would you know how old she would have been?
No. Evidently, she was wearing jade bracelets and rings, and they got that. The thieves got that.
So these thieves, would they be Yinping people or?
Probably local. Yeah. And people that knows what's going on. Yeah. Yeah.
And how old was she when she was killed?
Don't know.
Did she have a name?
No, I don't even know what her surname is.
How many kids did she have?
2. Dad and second uncle. That's it.
And second uncle, his name is?
King. I don't know whether that's his married name or whether his born name. I don't know. That's a Jew's grandfather you're talking about. Yeah, and then he had one son, which is called Handui. And then Handui had a Jew and the sister.
Zhongji.
Yeah, I can't recall the sister very much. I don't remember her at all. Yeah.
Okay. Hanui is a man?
Yeah.
But isn't the word nui is woman?
Yeah.
Can you explain to me why?
Oh, I guess. Don't know. I guess he might have been born. Maybe not as normal as other people, so they give him another name, like change the gender in a way.
Normal, not normal, like gay?
Uh,
Is that possible?
no.
Effeminate?
No. I would say slow. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. But there's other people being called that name that I know of. Can't think of any right now where they give them a feminine name.
Mm.
Probably for the same reason that they weren't born quite normal.
I heard this story of whereby they kept having these males and they kept dying, and they thought, well, if we give this kid a female name, this kid might survive. Is that possible?
Well, when you think back and you know how superstitious they are, I think that's very possible. Because their average life is based on a lot of superstition. We've lost a lot of that here. So, yeah, I would say that's possible.
Okay.
And I don't know, it's just like you were called Gates Eye. You mean dog. I mean, what for? You have to ask. You have to ask your parents that if ever you ever thought of asking.
Okay.
Why would they give you a
A dog's name?
yeah? or a nickname anyway. Yeah.
Is there anything else that we haven't covered about Jia Jun Singh that we should talk about?
Well, I know he was toothless. He had all his tooth out. He was quite young, and he never really got false teeth in. And I know when they say when he eats peanut, he wraps it in a cotton bag and then put the hammer to it and then eat it that way. That's about all I know.
Let's talk about grandfather, your dad.
Mm-hmm.